Hello to you all, and welcome to Pyramid Energy. This is take 2. I started doing a reading earlier and ended up chit-chatting for what feels like close to 17 minutes. So if you're interested in hearing that, I've left a link below, but this is the energy reading. For those of you who are interested, my personal readings are open. I've left details in the description box below, and for now, timing looks like next week. I'll just confirm that individually for you as and when you reach out. We have new energy here. At the center, I have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So this is like a quick and sudden new burst of energy. Okay, this is a passion. This is something you can feel very much running through you, coursing through you. Okay, I feel not too much excitement, but a passion and a drive. And it's like it's come in and you can feel it. I don't know how else to put this. And because of how quickly it's come in, it's unclear to you what it represents, what it's about, what you're meant to learn from it, what you're meant to do with it. Okay? But it feels good, and it has left you feeling more connected and aware that something is transforming in your life. This is definitely a sign that you have let something go. I don't feel like you've let something go to the point where, you had to pick it up and remove it. But inadvertently, something's been removed through something you've learned, or something you've experienced, or something you decided. And so the goal was not to create space, but that has been the result. They're saying that you started getting honest with yourself. You started asking yourself the right questions, getting real. Okay, and also now through that, certain things that no longer belonged in your mindset and in your schedule, in your energy field, your space, even in your relationships, just disintegrated, fell away. This is coming to me as doubts. There were certain things keeping you at a distance from your new identity that have now disintegrated. You fully stepped in. Just based on all of this energy and what's happening inside of you, in your space, where you're at, and how quickly this has started. I get the sense that there's so much activity inside that outside it appears, you may actually be coming across almost like a zombie to other people. Consumed by something, busy, okay, distracted, disinterested, switched off. And that is completely not what's happening inside of you. Okay, so of course your attention has shifted, but your attention has shifted towards you, towards your body, towards new passion, new ideas, your future, not spending too long in your future, more absorbed by the present moment, because it's quite calling. It's quite, what do you call it? It's like, it's attractive. It's attractive. It's attracting your attention. And so what's happening? Okay, I just saw that. Because you are attracted by the attention of what's happening inside of you, it's building up very quickly. It's like you are fueling your own fire. This is a corrective energy. It's a corrective energy. The reason I'm saying that is because the Ace of Wands, this flame, is sitting on her third eye. And that's telling me that if you look here, you've got a lot of orangey, sort of reddish colors. So this is speaking to me about creativity. And so there's something that you're creating through this transformation, through this flame. But also because you are sitting with this fire in your third eye, you are projecting this new energy into your future. You're inspired. There are things that you want, that you are in the process of creating and making room for very quickly, very, very, very quickly. So whatever you're focusing on is actually transforming. And not all of these things need to be completely positive, but your projections onto these things are positive. It's speaking to me almost like the Midas touch, but I want to say the Midas thought, the Midas projection. It's literally, you are setting fire to all areas of your life. And so you're turning all the things that you want transformed into what you want them to become. The flame is not a huge destructive fire, because, and if it was, it would be completely throwing you off in sort of a destabilizing way. Whereas this is a flame, it's not a slow burn. It's like a gentle flame that keeps coming on, and you keep reigniting it with this freshness of thought. Okay. And so it's not running out. It keeps going. And when it encounters something tricky, it's already got this attitude towards it saying, yeah, but that's changing. Okay. Optimism. In the area of what's crossing you, I have the Knight of Pentacles and the Lovers. And so here's more reddish color, but the Pentacles is pointing to more stagnant things that you want to change. And when you look at them, you recognize that there are choices to be made in these areas. Okay? It's kind of giving me this energy where at times when you look at the things that need to change now, you're a bit scared to look at them for too long because you're absolutely certain that they're going to completely self-destruct if you look at them too long. A thought comes into my mind about areas in your life, let's say, where you're needed, but that stand in the way of places you want to go and other places where you want to be needed more than where you are. But you're scared to sit with that thought for too long, because if you do, it feels like you literally could just walk out the room. I have 7555556 on the clock, which is like, it's time for change. And I get the sense that, yes, you've got this new energy, but you're not connecting it with the fact that it's time to change some things because you're afraid to change those things. I have this meme on my phone that I'm getting out that I want to read to you that made me laugh yesterday. It says, the older I get, the more I understand why cats just walk away mid-conversation. So it kind of feels like there are areas where you're losing interest. Okay. I don't actually get the sense that you are going to leave these places. I just think that you are experiencing sort of like a recalibration of your role in these places. A redesign of yourself is resulting in a need for you to revisit your purpose in certain places. And so that's really what I see as going on. So I don't see you just walking out the room, although at the moment you do feel like that cat. You do feel like, I don't really need to be here right now. And this is not really going anywhere right now. And so I actually you're just checking out. And that's why you're afraid of thinking about this stuff for too long, because you're afraid you could just literally behave like that cat and walk out. In your recent past, I have two fours. I have the Four of Wands and the Four of Cups. That hesitation was interesting. These fours are telling me that you spent time in certain areas in your life, really contemplating what needs to change. And those things actually changed. They transformed. And so I'm getting the sense that you have been practicing the habit of going where it's warm. Okay? And so that's also why you're aware that if you look at some of these things that are, sparking some disinterest, you might walk away. You're a flight risk at the moment. You feel like a rocket, like you're aware you're a rocket, and you can hear that the timer is going, but you can't see the number on the clock. That's how it feels. And just look at these 2-4 cards. It's like they have opposite energies. The one is like meh, and the other is just celebrating, winning, and things are coming together. And it feels like this 4 of Cups lady is literally daydreaming about the 4 of Wands energy. And she's like, I'd so rather be there than here. In short, you feel like you have better things to do. You feel like you have better things to do. And I just want to say that it doesn't look like you're going to walk out. It looks like you are reevaluating who you are in these places. You're bored with your old version, which still exists in those places. It's like it's left the room, but your presence physically still appears to be the same. And so it's a catch-up game. I'm starting to think you may actually end up leaving these places. I don't know. I must be honest, I don't know. But at the top of mind, I have the 10 of Cups, which is like, it really feels like you found your happy place and you'd rather be there. Your focus is on your happy place. But here's the reality with fire. Fire burns, fire transforms, and the longer you keep it burning, it's inevitable that it will transform whatever is containing it. If it continues to burn, it will change the dynamics. And so whether you walk away and leave and go to a different place, the happy place, the other happy place, or if you actually turn the place where, the outdated version of you appears to still exist, whether you transform that into your happy place as well is the question. But the answer at the end of the day is that your surroundings are transforming, whether you stay in the places that you're at or you move. And ultimately, that's the same result, right? You are now becoming the ultimate determinant of your own environment. In your subconscious, I have the Moon and the Hierophant. And so this is that subconscious awareness, if there's such a thing, that something serious is shifting in your life. And you don't actually know which area it is and how it's going to change you. But it's going to change you at a very fundamental level. Okay? It's like life is changing. You're walking into the unknown and you are moving towards where it feels warm. You are incredibly optimistic. So optimistic you're not afraid of where you're going. Okay? But there's this unknown. In your near future, I have the 7 of Wands and Judgment. Okay? This is more fire. And you are moving into a period where you're going to be receiving these transformations. The results of your transformations are going to start rising to the surface. This is a major upgrade that you're going through, and it feels like you are post-integration and in the materialization phase. That's where you're moving into. Okay, and there's a very big timing message that comes with the 7 in the 7 of Wands and also Judgment. It feels like this is all due. It feels like a form of birth. It feels like there's something that you've been carrying for some time and it's now ready to come into the world. So whatever this means to you, this is materialization. This is going from imagining an idea, okay, to executing on it, not necessarily executing, to having it sort of communicated to you. You know, for like the first time, let's say you consider starting a YouTube channel and then you create your first video, but before you create it, you kind of receive sort of like the packaging, the format, the setup sort of appears in front of you. Or this is the materialization of, let's say, the fruits of something that you've been working on. So you can see that you've got results on something, but then you finally get to experience the results themselves through whatever material form that this comes through in. And so this is not actually focusing so much on the fruits, the result. It's focusing on the process of birthing this thing, the watching it happen. Okay, it's actually like you're going to be watching something happen. So they are prolonging that experience of these fruits coming to life. They are very much focusing on the experience here. They want you to have this experience. I get the sense that you've always sort of, this thing that you've been working on or carrying, okay? I get the sense that you've always wondered whether, let's say, you will go to sleep a certain way one day and wake up a different way the next day. And what they're showing me is the growth process, you watching it happen and actually experiencing this thing as it unfolds. In the area of your advice, I have the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles. You'll notice that the tempo of my voice has shifted. This set of cards speaks to me literally about the Midas touch. It is saying that your intuition right now, your guidance, even where you don't have physical evidence, the things that you see coming up are going to happen. Okay? And they want you to apply yourself to those things. Not necessarily through action, but they're saying, you see, with this fire that we've been talking about, and the things you look at and how they transform, and wherever you are and how that environment is going to transform, they want you to apply a sense of dedication in terms of your focus. They're not saying stare at it, but what they're saying is, they're saying watch your dreams come to life. It's playing out like a movie. That's how it looks. And what they're showing me is sort of like an amplifying of your manifestation ability. This is a major upgrade, okay? Or you're going to be watching yourself upgrade or something. But they're playing it like a movie in slow motion. That's how it's going to feel as you watch things happen. And you are beyond, I'm speaking to someone who is beyond the stage of fearing that the thing they want will never happen. Okay? It's not to say that you have, no fear at all. But it is to say that you have a sense of peace around the things you want and whether they will ever come to life and ever come to be. And so you no longer over-attach to these possibilities, and you no longer project sort of like this, it's not going to happen, it doesn't look like it's ever going to happen. You're no longer projecting that onto your dreams. And so you're also not projecting any limits in terms of timing to these things. And so that sense of impatience, that sense of desperation is not there. But that's especially because you're so focused on the present moment and the current feeling. But they want you now to occupy both spots where there is this non-attachment, but where there's also certainty. And so this advice is to follow your intuition and to believe it and to not compromise on it. Because you're receiving important guidance. And this guidance is not just to lead you in terms of what to do next. This guidance is also to allow you to observe the movie playing out. Okay, just look at that 10 of Cups. It's so that you can slow down through your experience and actually watch what is happening to your life. Mainly because, to a large extent, you are your only witness in this life. But also, there are things that are going to be happening that are going to result in further upgrades because of the confidence that you're going to be building in this relationship between you and your intuition. And it's going to be very beneficial, is what they're showing me. Because to believe your intuition and to also have sort of this power over what you're projecting onto it means you're a master manifestor. I think I've called you that before, but you are realizing your master manifestorishness. In your surrounding factors, I have the 10 of Swords and the King of Wands. I've been sitting with these cards for a while, especially the King of Wands, because the cards are speaking to me more than the actual picture in the cards and the meaning of the cards themselves. But what I'm getting here is that you have defeated the matrix as far as how you used to see its role in your life. Okay, when I speak of you becoming and realizing yourself as a master manifestor, what I'm saying is that you are transforming your environment internally and externally. And so in a sense, it is defeated. That's what I'm seeing here. So there are these thoughts in terms of its own direction that it thought that it was going to continue to sort of have this power over your reality. Okay. And that idea, that program has been defeated. What I'm seeing is you stepping over a threshold. Okay, as a manifestor into your material world. So even if you are yet to realize some results that you want to realize, okay, some already, some still coming, whatever it is, they're saying that your program has now overridden that program. And now you're in the power seat. And that's why they're saying, continue with you and your powerful intuition and your Midas touch, because it's important that you believe it as you continue to go on this new program. So you've become the program. You're the programmer, and the structure, the system is now responding to your instruction. What's key to understand here is that you've always been doing this. You've always been doing this, and it's a tricky thing to just say out loud, but even the things that you have not liked about your experience, that was you, right? And what they're saying is, this is to teach you the importance of cultivating a healthy inner world. And although there is this sort of overriding collective energy, this larger ocean that you form a part of, okay, so there are aspects that you cannot control. That is the sort of predetermined experience, right? But they're saying that now that you've arrived at this internal experience, you are being taught how to maintain it and to continue with this program, while also being able to withstand the hiccups and the setbacks. In the area of what you want the most but fear the most, I have the 3 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So this is you wanting to be able to maintain a healthy and steady working relationship between you and your life, and you and the people around you, the people that you collaborate with, the things that you involve yourself with, okay? So you want as little disruption as possible to these spaces so that you can gain a sense of balance and predictability in your life and your work, okay, and your relationships. But you also are afraid of that sense of predictability because it does tip over towards feeling like stagnancy. Okay, so this is you trying to find that balance. The number 3 speaks of balance, and the Hanged Man also speaks of hanging in the balance. Okay. And so you sort of want to be in somewhat of a state of balance and progress, and to maintain it, and to feel like you are sort of in that space. But they want you to recognize that you're on a wave. Okay, you're on a wave. And so this is not going to get boring, because that's partly the fear. This is not going to get stagnant. Balance and stagnancy are different things. To keep your balance as you move forward and progress, good. To stay in the same place and not evolve, not good. Okay, so you're not going to be on the second option. You are in the option that is progressing. You are fire. You cannot stay in the same place. You are by nature evolving, transforming, and changing everything. So change is inevitable here. So you do not need to worry about stagnancy. You will always affect the environment around you, and the environment around you will continue to affect you. And so don't worry about this thing. I like to call this area of this reading, this Celtic cross, sort of the area of irrationality. It's like the thing you want and the thing you fear are in the same position, but it does reveal where your thoughts could get stuck and where your focus could be on the wrong thing, and to help you to change your perspective. Because again, everything you're looking at is transforming. And so if you look too long in the area of your irrational fear, that's where you risk getting stuck or having very useful energy absorbed unnecessarily. Oh my God, look at your outcome, 10 of Pentacles. So you have 3 10s here. I'm going to pull another card for clarity, but you have 3 10s. And the 10 that is not here is the 10 of Wands. That is the card of, yes, it's a release of burdens, but the fact that it's not here says to me that there is no burden to be released at the current moment. You are just going to be so happy with yourself and what you're building and how it's growing. And I've got the Chariot as the card for clarity. And so, this, it was, as I was shuffling, I was getting the sense of home improvements. So it's almost like you feel at home, yet you also have room for improvement in certain areas. Okay. Because again, the 10 of Pentacles, not necessarily a destination. It feels to me like a materialization, especially with this Pentacles energy. And the Chariot is saying like this materialization of these things you want is what you're going to be watching unfold. This is such a beautiful reading. I'm going to leave this reading here. I think that I did say that I started a reading earlier and then had a long chit chat. I've left that link below if you want to hear it. Thank you so much to all of you for being here with me. I appreciate this space so much. Sending you all so much love.